So Cracker Barrel once again faces a massive backlash as this star wants to end the woke CEO's career, and Cracker Barrel is in trouble and he has a plan to fix it. Now, after Cracker Barrel reversed its logo change following the massive backlash, well, the damage to the brand isn't repaired. John Rich believes Cracker Barrel lost touch with its customers, and he says leadership made the wrong calls from the start. So, according to him, and even in this article, Cracker Barrel needs real changes to win people back. Now, John Rich, as you all know, told Benny Johnson that he could get people back in the doors if he were CEO of Cracker Barrel, of course. His first move would be to fire everyone involved in stripping away what made the brand iconic. Now, the decision to remove Uncle Herschel and the classic barrel from the logo is at the center of his frustration. Rich called it a betrayal of Cracker Barrel's roots and a perfect example of what happens when corporate consultants actually forget who the customers are. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you all. If he wants to go ahead and take over the job, or say that he could do a better job, hey, I'm all for it. But like I said before, this isn't about the logo change itself. It's been years of the disaster happening. Okay, years of the food becoming bad, the years of bad service and stuff, and it's just like the logo is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, so Rich also said that Cracker Barrel needs a heavy dose of patriotism to reconnect with its core audience. His plan includes starting every morning with the Pledge of Allegiance and playing the national anthem at lunchtime. Now, for him, it's about making Cracker Barrel feel like the community gathering spot it used to be. And Rich also believes simple moves like these would rebuild trust and bring loyal customers back fast. Now, he also compared Cracker Barrel's backlash to what happened with Dixie Chicks over 20 years ago. Now, that particular controversy pushed fans away because, well, the band actually alienated the very people who supported them. Rich warned Cracker Barrel is headed down the same path unless leadership actually understands who they serve and why their traditions actually matter. The audience isn't going to stick around if the brand ignores its values. Now, Rich also brought up his own honky tonk in Nashville as an example, where he stated that he doesn't stock Bud Light anymore, and customers haven't asked for it since, the whole Dylan Mulvaney controversy. He also said that that's not cancel culture, but it's capitalism. Cracker Barrel is dealing with the same reality. If you make decisions that go against your customers, point blank, they'll just take their business somewhere else. Okay. Now, Rich's vision for fixing Cracker Barrel goes beyond the slogans and surface level changes. He suggested rolling out all you can eat chicken fried steak, eggs, and mashed potatoes for $17.76. That's $17.76, of course. Now, honestly put, like that particular price point that the staff is actually its price point itself is a nod to American history. Sorry about that. Signaling a return to roots, and he wants Cracker Barrel to embrace what made it special in the first place, which is affordable country-style meals and a family-friendly atmosphere. So Benny Johnson didn't hesitate to go ahead and back the idea of Rich running Cracker Barrel. He said the brand needs someone who actually understands its customer base instead of simply relying on expensive consultants. Now, according to Johnson, the current leadership has actually failed to protect the company's identity and bringing in Rich would be the bold move needed to turn things around. Now, Johnson did blast the marketing firms that Cracker Barrel hired for the rebrand. He mocked the idea of paying $700 million to a bunch of liberal consultants who didn't understand the customer base in his view. Cracker Barrel wasted money on people who pushed changes guaranteed to alienate loyal patrons instead of respecting the company's foundation itself. Now, as you all know, the frustration didn't stop there. Johnson also criticized Cracker Barrel's CEO, Julie Fells-Masino, saying she signed off on a strategy disconnected from reality. He questioned why leadership ignored voices like John Rich or even Sardar Biglari, who represent the very culture and community Cracker Barrel was built on. Now, to him, ignoring local influence and the audience that keeps the business alive simply shows how out of touch the company has become. Now, Rich's approach isn't just about nostalgia, it's actually about survival. Cracker Barrel's recent choices actually put this long-term reputation on the line. Once customers stop trusting that a brand represents their values, it's hard to bring them back. Now, Rich believes bold action, but not watered-down compromises is the only way forward if Cracker Barrel actually wants to recover. Now, Cracker Barrel became successful before because it connected with everyday Americans who value tradition, family, and community. Now, the backlash over the logo is just a symptom of a larger problem. Now, when leadership simply go ahead and chase trends instead of staying true to their audience, they risk losing everything. Rich sees this clearly and argues that returning to core principles is the only path to stability. Now, honestly, Johnson's endorsement of Rich as CEO underscores how widespread the frustration has become. Customers, influencers, and even loyal fans all feel like Cracker Barrel has drifted away from what made it special in the first place. And for them, the brand is at a crossroads. Either it doubles down on its heritage or keeps alienating the very people who built their success. Now, John Rich's criticism also highlights a bigger trend in business right now, where companies facing backlash when they abandon the audiences that support them. Cracker Barrel's struggles aren't unique, but they're clear warning. Corporate decisions that ignore cultural values have real consequences, and brands that fail to adapt risk collapsing entirely. Now, for Rich, restoring Cracker Barrel isn't about, reinventing the brand. It's about rebuilding the trust. He argues that customers want authenticity, not a sanitized corporate image. Now, by focusing on tradition, patriotism, and affordability, Cracker Barrel could win back its audience without alienating them even further. Okay, so yeah, the ball is in Cracker Barrel's court. Whether leadership listens to voices like John Rich or doubles down on failed strategies will determine the company's future. If they want to regain loyalty and rebuild their reputation, they'll have to reconnect with the people who made the brand successful in the first place. Now, simply put, Cracker Barrel's identity crisis won't fix itself, but it seems that Rich's ideas may show there's still a way back if leadership stops ignoring its audience and starts rebuilding from the ground up. Now the customers are watching, and the next move matters more than ever. Well, some may come back, but in general, they've really hurt themselves in this case. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button, share the video far and wide across social media, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for future uploads, notifications, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.